Hey guys, it's the Middle Age Gamer here, and I'm playing Train Simulator 2013, and I'm doing the Burst Pipes level. Now this is probably going to be my 5th or 6th time playing this level. Couldn't figure out why I kept failing. Was thinking I wasn't stopping at enough stops, and then come to find out it was just a time issue. This was the first playback where I hit the times. So just getting the train ready to go while I'm loading and unloading passengers right here. And the start's pretty important on this level, although I get kind of a late start. I've had a couple starts where I actually ran the red light in front and got a penalty. And just waiting for these passengers to hurry up, and we'll be on our way. Getting closer. I see a train coming in. Graphics on this game are quite good, considering it's a simulator. Alright, boarding complete. Let's go ahead and take off. There we go. And we want to get up to 20 miles per hour as quick as possible. And as you can see, I have the green light in front of us. One of the playbacks, I ran through the red light somehow. I'm not sure how I got that quick of a start, but and from what I'm assuming, this is a pretty slow start compared to what you can do, because I just barely meet the time later on. So the goal here is to just keep it as close to 20 as possible. You can go above 20 as long as you don't hit 21, otherwise you get penalized for speeding. And luckily there's no switching of tracks on this level, because I have no clue how to do that. The only thing I've played on the game so far is the tutorial in this level. But so far I like the game. You can see you got different views outside the train, inside. At the bottom, those little yellow markers are when the speed changes. So once that hits the back of the train, you can actually go ahead and speed up. And here we go. So I want to get up to 40 and then 45 as soon as possible. Okay, we're passing a train. If you haven't played this game, I would highly recommend you go ahead and download it through Steam or what have you, if you're into the simulator type of games. You know, I like the Call of Duty and the Battlefields just as much as everybody else, but you know, games like this and Euro Truck Simulator are very fun. I spend lots of hours playing them too. And you know you're on track on this level when you catch up to this other train, and at least you're kind of going side by side with it. If you see the train really far off in front of you, chances are you're not going to make the time by the end of the level. And you can see I'm behind the train slightly, which technically means I'm running a little bit late on the scenario itself. And you can see the green line down there. That's going to be the station that we're stopping at next. And of course the train next to us will be stopping there as well. It's like a bit of a overcast day in England, which is, I'm assuming, pretty typical depending on the type of year. Alright, and here's where a little bit of skill comes in. You want to brake, but you don't want to brake too fast. Otherwise, you're not going to make the time on the scenario itself. So it just takes a little bit of practice. Again, this is probably my 5th or 6th time playing it, somewhere in there. And at the bottom, you want to make sure that last car is in the green spot before you actually stop. You can see it zoomed in a little bit closer as you start to slow down. Go ahead and stop it. And then we're going to unboard and board passengers real quick. And I'm hitting the key T for Tom on the keyboard, but you can also hit one of the buttons. If you look on towards the bottom, you can see where you can turn on and off the windshield wipers, and the one right below that's the one for the passengers to unload and load. And the goal is to get out of here as quickly as possible. Of course, we want to keep the time on the scenario like I mentioned before. And running a little bit late. You can see the other trains starting to pull away. Typically you want to be pulling away right at the same time as the train next to you. We'll go ahead and turn it to 100%, try to speed it up. Again, the first couple times I played, I failed, and when you get to the results screen, it just stated that I didn't pick up passengers, you know, from 2 of the 3 stops. And so what I was thinking is that some of the other places you pass or depots you pass, that you're supposed to pick up more passengers, so I failed quite a bit until I realized it was just a time issue. So hopefully watching this video will help you out in beating this level at least. So this is the high speed part. Looks like we're at 60, and then I believe it goes up to 70 here shortly. Look, you get a little overhead view right there. It's pretty nice. And this is an overhead view that you can actually angle to the direction you're looking at, so you can see both trains that are going down. And of course, back to inside. You can see we're doing the speed limit right now. You don't want to go 1 mile per hour over, otherwise you get penalized. And speed limit should change here in a couple seconds. There it goes. Got it on 100%, trying to catch up. As you can see, the other train's starting to slow down to stop at the station up here. Just taking the scenery. And if you look at the toolbar at the bottom, you can kind of see a white dot inside of the green with yellow and red around it. You know, I guess that's kind of a G-force meter. You want to try to keep it in the green as much as possible. Make your passengers feel comfortable. Haven't been penalized on putting that in the red as of yet. And I did turn my lights on. You can see the little light bulb towards the top of the toolbar is lit up. Decided to put it on because it was getting kind of dark. Not sure if the game penalizes you for not having them on or not, like Euro Truck Simulator. I know if you don't have the lights on at night, then you can get penalized and fined for it. And here's the track view, where you can make switches in the track, which I have not done as of yet. And that's showing my task, or what the next task is. And this part of the scenario is just keeping as much speed as possible without actually speeding. But getting fairly close to the end here. And good look at the inside of what the passengers see. I don't remember that many tables on the trains that I was in, but I guess certain classes probably do have it. And you can see the time. Right now I believe it's what, 5:10, and you can see the ETA of when you're expected to arrive at the next station, so you want to try to meet those times on the scenario. And coming up at the bottom, you can see, I believe there's a reduction in speed. If I remember right, there's 2 reductions of speed before you get to the next station where you connect to some cars. And the AWS system will start going off here shortly as we get closer to the next station. So you want to make sure to shut that off as soon as possible with the mouse or controller if you have one. There it goes. Just shut it off. If you don't shut it off, it basically just turns on the emergency brakes, and you got to reset everything. And also you get penalized as well at the end of the scenario. Okay, and I'm going to be cutting some speed here. Make sure I'm not speeding at the next point. There we go. And we've got another reduction in speed coming up before we hit the station. Time on this one was, I think, within a couple of seconds of failing. AWS system went off there again. Got double yellow lights coming up. AWS system going off again. Want to make sure to keep the speed down before we hit the next change of speed. And if you look at the ETA time and my time, you know I'm gonna be barely making it, and I believe I ended up putting the brakes on plus 100% towards the end. You know, on this you just hit tab to contact single guy, make sure you can pass. AWS system's going off quite a bit here towards the end, and I'm kind of booking it towards the connection because I know it's going to be really close on the time. Only got a couple seconds left. put it at 100%. A little bit of a late break. It's at 17, 13, 55, 57, 58, 59. It goes to 7, 14, 17, 14, and there we go, we're connected. Waiting for the passengers to unload and load. Take a quick look, stick your head out and look behind and in front of us. And that should be the end of the scenario. I believe the passengers have to load before 17:15, and I just barely make it under that. Anyways, again, if you guys want to, go ahead and try out Train Simulator 2013. It's a great game from what I've played so far, and I look forward to posting some more videos here in the near future. Again, Middle Aged Gamer here, and I'll see you guys later.